Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bow. Hi, I'm Alex.
And I'm Adam, and welcome to this week's NFL Cracked Power Rankings.
This week we continue to adjust the rankings. They're all over the place, and our new number one is female NFL fans. What a great time to be you. It's really exciting.
It is October, which means that it's NFL's time to prove, somehow, that they actually care about women. In the last few years, they've decided to adopt, the breast cancer research cause. They've decided to put smatterings of pink all over everybody's jerseys and sell breast cancer awareness.
Socks, gloves, wrists,
Right.
face mask, maybe? Idea.
They should do that. Pink face masks?
That would be awesome.
There's at least 3 teams that might improve what they're doing.
Yeah.
List them. Raiders. Obviously the Raiders.
Raiders, yes.
Like how much do you want to see a pirate with a pink face mask? That's actually scarier.
It's like, oh, they are very confident in themselves on top of being a pirate.
A couple years ago, there'd been a few studies commissioned that found out they're only really spending about 8% of the profits from those shirts on actual breast cancer awareness. Like
NFL takes a cut, team takes a cut, manufacturer takes a cut.
Right. So out of $100 that they get from whatever pink shirt they make,
From one jersey,
$8 of it goes to the ACS, right, the American Cancer Society.
Yes.
That story broke a couple years ago, and I think remains true. Nobody's contradicting it.
Yeah, no one's,
That remains true. So number one, NFL's making money on this breast cancer thing. That's the first thing and probably the most important thing to them. They're making money on it. But it turns out that $8, 0 of it actually goes to cancer research also. Like that, here's what the $8 goes to. It goes to the American Cancer Society, who then uses it to create breast cancer screening facilities within a certain distance of an NFL city.
100 miles.
Yeah. So they don't spend that money on research, mind you. That goes just to preventative screenings.
In places 100 miles from an NFL city.
Right. So if you're from Des Moines, hopefully you're a Bears fan, but your breast cancer, go to your doctor. We're not paying for it. That's the deal.
Also, I have not mapped it, but if you're in LA,
right, we don't get any breast
maybe
cancer.
You're not in that rich.
At the time of taping this, the last Monday night game that we had was the Steelers-Chargers game, which I was avidly watching, and almost died when Tomlin decided to risk the entire game on the Le'Veon Bell Wildcat call.
Yeah.
Because, you start to worry after a while, like, we got Vic, it can't go right for us. That's how I don't want to be too cataclysmic, but Vic is...
But it can.
Vic's a nightmare.
It can.
Yeah.
It
did. Le'Veon Bell, rushes, second effort, gets there without touching the knee to the ground, and it turns out, according to Steve Young, the woman who called the touchdown good, first female NFL referee.
Referee Sarah Thomas.
Pretty cool.
To Steve Young, part of the story, which, it's exciting. It's great to have female refs. Really neat.
It is.
Also not the first female NFL ref, as it turns out.
Bummer.
If you remember, in 2012, there was a referee strike, and the NFL brought in replacement workers and said, it's a great way to stick it to our striking refs. We'll bring in a female ref named Shannon Easton. Maybe a great ref. I don't really know. I don't know ever if a ref is good, really.
Yeah.
But
I know when they're bad.
Yeah.
We know when they're bad.
Well, it's true.
Fail Mary. She wasn't involved in Fail Mary. It wasn't named for her. Just to clarify for everyone.
Was it just the name of the play?
Yeah, just the name of the play. Let's not be misquoted.
But point being, the NFL has turned this potential, what a great boundary-breaking, representational, great thing, into it was part of this ugly labor dispute. But at the time, NFL's putting out press releases saying, it is so exciting that Shannon Easton has broken this barrier. We're going to send her hat to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Ohio. We are that excited about it. Because what a thing. And now nothing.
Now they are physically removing that cap from the Hall of Fame. they are stealing, they are jumping in like ninjas, removing it, and erasing that whole wing.
The NFL is also an incredibly profitable business that loves not paying anybody. We talked about that with players before. Why would there be a ref strike? How much money could refs be asking for? And then also, you probably don't know that NFL cheerleaders don't make minimum wage. 155,000 of you do because you all signed a Change.org petition saying that NFL cheerleaders should make a minimum wage. Still trying to get to 200,000? Hope it does.
Right.
But 5 different teams' cheerleaders have sued their own team over not getting paid and over all kinds of harassment stuff.
It's weird that the NFL still thinks of this cheerleading thing as an honor. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're just happy to be there, right, girls?
If you're someone who the people who make Madden bother to animate in detail, which cheerleaders are, you deserve to get paid the minimum wage at least by a business that's more profitable than any sports enterprise in the history of civilization.
Right, and just so that everybody understands what we mean when we say they don't make minimum wage. they do get paid for game appearances. They don't get paid for practices, for other appearances they have to make, or for anything that isn't related to the actual time they spent on the field, which means they make like fractions of the minimum wage. Not like almost minimum wage, fractions of it, less than a third in some cases.
The only way you can get that cheerleading job is doing all the things for no money that they all have to do, which is how you have teams where the Raiders cheerleaders will make $5 an hour when you break it down. The Jets flight crew will make $3.77 an hour. The Bengals cheerleading squad, the Bengals, real name, makes $2.85 an hour when you finally break down the actual time they're spending on this. And that's not even talking about the Bills cheerleaders, who have one of the most impressive harassment lawsuits I have ever seen. When they apply for the job, there is an official jiggle test, is what it is called, is what they put them through. Quote from a Buffalo cheerleader describing it. 1 week prior to the game, we were to dress in our uniforms and stand before our coach, who had a clipboard in her hand, and we had to face forward, turn around, face back to the front, and do about 10 jumping jacks. And from there, she would write down on her notepad what parts of our bodies jiggled. The next day, and then this article says, the next day the women would receive an email with check marks that indicated what body parts, including, quote, butt, thighs, back, stomach, end quote, they needed to work on. Cheerleader again, quote, if a girl got 2 checks in these areas, she was warned that she was not going to be field ready, and if there were 3 check marks, then she was not performing, she was sitting the next game. They also need to, I think, have interpersonal skills, because they do lots of public appearances. A lot of times the team will be like, we're doing charity work. As part of the face of this charity work, let's send all these attractive ladies we pay $3 an hour to go out there and represent the team.
Right, let's send them and not pay them to do this. Just call it a volunteer part of the job.
And somehow they get away with it. And in the Jills suit, they bring up one thing, which is that they have a Jills annual golf tournament run by the Buffalo Jills. And it's this charity golf tournament, but it's not just, oh, people playing golf. Great. There is, the cheerleaders are put in bikinis and then they are put in a dunk tank situation where the golfers get to throw a ball and try to dunk them in the dunk tank. Then later in the event, there is one of the auction items, which is auctioning, getting to have a golf cart full of Buffalo Jills for the rest of the event. So they will stack Buffalo Jills into your golf cart for you if you win this auction item. And you know golf cart size. It's a small thing. It's hard to fit 20 cheerleaders in it. So a lot of times the Jills will be in like the guy's lap or something like that in order to execute this charity item that is being carried out by people paid less than you've ever made in your life.
I don't understand what they want this charity to be. Like, when I play golf, I'm not like, if only this was also a carnival so I can dunk somebody.
Right.
I also don't do that at carnivals because, like, I'm not 7. I don't like think like, you're wet, you son of a bitch. What a great day I'm having now. I don't feel that way about those events, so I don't understand the appeal of it. Like, I imagine they're not wearing the kinds of clothes where, like, they'd be semi-nude, right? I'm just assuming that. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't assume that.
It says the cheerleaders are in bikinis for the dunking.
Right, so it's like, why do I enjoy dunking them? I don't get what's behind that. Well, that's depressing.
Yep.
Maybe we don't want to talk about this issue anymore.
Because we do need to adjust the power rankings, I think. I'm so sorry, ladies. I'm so sorry, men who care about ladies. There is a lot of bad things going on in the NFL related to that. So we could make the top thing like money would be accurate.
Yeah, we could.
That would be lousy.
That's not.
It's our show.
Just pick a thing that's fun. We need something fun.
Mascots. Mascots are so fun.
Really? You go with mascots?
They are great, and they could be even better. Guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of us talking about the NFL. In the comments, why don't you list either very valuable and important links about women's issues and women being mistreated in the NFL that will educate people, or fun mascot stuff that will lift people's spirits.
Or not to also just mascot related issues. Because, that's another group of people that...
That's true.
Yeah.
We don't see their faces all of the time.
Who knows what's going on underneath that fur? I don't know. Maybe I need to know.
Yeah. You know what? What's going on beneath those faces?